I am telling Siddhant that he must do a 2-minute jig. What do you think?
जितनी तुझमें गर्मी उससे ज्यादा गरम मेरा कलम
वही,
क्यों
वही।
इतना बेशरम का काम का वो काम जिसमें तेरा कल नहीं क्या काम का वो आज जिसमें तू सफल नहीं पल नहीं दिमाग की जरूरत तेरे भाई की हुकूमत सच्चाई की ये सूरत चाय की ये लहर हर मोहल्ले में क्या
Make some
That
noise
was
for
sick,
Siddhant
man.
Vikas.
Make some noise for my brother.
Thank you.
Sick.
How were you when you were 25?
Your whole experience of life, every cell in the body, literally orgasmic.
What's your take on casual relationships?
Hookup means one way or the other you're trapped.
How do you deal with breakups?
You were talking of hookup, now you're talking breakup.
Sir, यही problem है.
Namaskaram, Siddhant.
Namaskar. Guruji, as you know,
This chair was not made for me.
So Guruji, as you know, कि जो आज का theme है youth and truth है. So my first question is.
Don't talk all Hindi, man, we are South Indian.
So, sir, I want to ask you how important is it to be truthful in life and always, one always speaks the truth to oneself and to people around.
See, if every day you are with new set of people, you can tell whatever lies you want to tell. But if you want same people to be around you, build a community, build strong relationships with people, if you're not truthful, nobody will stick to you. So, do you want to have profound relationships in life, or do you want to have just flaky, hi, hi, bye-bye kind of stuff? It depends on that. But if you're not truthful, one thing is people will fall off. Another thing is, to tell one lie, just try right now. Try to say something which is not true to me. You will see it'll need anywhere between 10 to 100 thoughts to generate one lie. To tell truth, if I don't remember, I'll ask, hey, what was that? No burden on me. People ask me, Sadhguru, how is this? Probably most people here do not know the number of projects across the world we're running. How do you run all this? Is it not burdensome? Is it not stressful? Because we are 7 days of the week, 365 days. This is my 40th year of being active like this. So but I'm under 25, huh? So how do you do this? This is because my head is empty. I don't have to say anything other than what's true. So you don't have to overwork. To generate a lie, you have to overwork. Especially when you want to lie to yourself, you have to do too much work. And when you want to lie to other people, lot more work. If you have to lie to 10 different people, many fold, it gets compounded. So being truthful is stress-free and people will be with you.
So speaking from my own experience, sir, I was… till I was, I think, 21, I was lying to a lot of people, mostly my relatives, that I'm doing chartered accountancy. And that was quite stressful because I really wanted to be an actor.
That profession, it's okay.
I'm lying.
You should have said, I'm going to be a lawyer.
So that lie kind of sheltered my belief, because if I went on speaking the truth to everybody, like my friends and relatives, that I want to be an actor, I was like, how is that possible? You're like from a middle class family. It's very difficult for you. So people start demotivating you. To protect myself, I started lying. Except my parents, they knew I want to be an actor. But other than that, I was lying, and I think it kind of has worked for me till now. So what's your perspective on that?
That's a camouflage.
Okay.
That's a camouflage. In some situations to survive, maybe you will have to wear a camouflage. But if you told them you're an actor, and when they started all kinds of their own advices, there was a whole lot of opportunity for you to act.
Yeah.
You could have practiced on them. Instead of
Practicing.
that, you
Yeah,
acted like you're counting numbers.
yeah. That's true. Sir, when you were
Hey, don't
25,
serve me, I'm not a boss or something.
so when you were 25, what were the challenges that you faced? Uh, were you like as confused as like how I was, or I think a lot of people at that age are like figuring out because there's so many options, there's so many professions. Back then it was doctor, engineer, lawyer, chartered accountant, but now there are so many things. Influencers, bloggers. So, how were you when you were 25? Did you know that the purpose of life?
Well, when you're 25, why any damn thing is a challenge, I don't understand. Hello? When you become 85, it's a challenge. To get up from your bed, it could be a challenge. 25, what is a challenge? I did not know what's a challenge. And I did not wanted to become any of those things that you said, doctor, engineer, accountant, this one, that one. I did not want to become any of those things. So I had no concerns. So, my father being a very academically very competent and being a physician, he always worried, you're not educating yourself for anything in particular, what will you do? I said, see, if I educate myself for something particular, I'll have to do that particular thing. If I don't educate myself for anything particular, I can do whatever I wish. And that's how I'm living even today, doing whatever is needed around me, I just do it. You don't need qualifications, you just have to have a learning mind, that you don't stop looking at things with wonder, you don't stop looking at things with the necessary attention. The big problem with education is, right from kindergarten, they gave you marks, they gave you rewards for your memory. Nobody gave you any reward for your attention. Hello? But now you have a smart friend in your pocket, that guy has more memory than you.
Yeah.
Machines have much more memory than you. Now what are you going to do? You thought you had this much memory and you were great. See, people read 5 books and they become professors. Somebody reads 1 book and they become agents of God. So, now your phone can read all the scriptures on the planet, all right? So what do? It represents all the gods that you can imagine. It just knows everything that you do not know.
ChatGPT.
So I'm saying the once you… and the chat GPT is even writing poetry on me,
Yeah.
because this is very important. Uh, in terms of what we do in our life, memory will allow you to survive. It made you look smart in a classroom, but outside in the world, you may be nothing. In a classroom, you looked smart because you remember the damn textbook. I never read it, so I did not remember it. Because human attention is the most valuable thing. Human attention is capable of opening up any door in the universe, but your attention has to be keen enough. I must tell you an example. You definitely have heard of Andrew Carnegie. When Carnegie in '30s, in the 20th century, he was making a lot of money. When I say lot of money, not like today's Zuckerbergers and Musks, everybody talks in hundreds of billions of dollars, not that kind of money, but for those days, much more money than anybody else was making. So the US government became a little suspicious that how can somebody make so much money in a short while? He must be doing something wrong. So they set up a group of congressmen to investigate this. So after investigating, they didn't find anything wrong, so they questioned him. How are you making so much money? He said, I can keep my mind focused on something up to 5 minutes. Can any of you do it? I said, what's the big deal, 5 minutes? So he set up a test for them. Most people who are congressmen, elected representatives, they couldn't keep their mind focused on something for 10 seconds. He said, you should not be running United States. I'm telling you, this is what it is. Whether tomorrow you take up a job or you start a business or whichever way you want to conduct your life, I don't think everybody has to do those things. But the important thing is, you as a life should become full-fledged. That is the most important thing. Because this is all the aspiration of every life. A mango tree wants to be a full-fledged mango tree, an ant wants to be a full-fledged ant, an elephant wants to be a full-fledged elephant. An ant is not trying to be an elephant, mango tree is not trying to be a coconut tree, but they want to be full-fledged. Every life, every moment of their life, they're full on, wanting to become full. That longing is there in us also, but we have a little problem. Because for every other life, nature has put two lines. So we know what is the top line. But with a human being, there is a bottom line, but there is no top line. So this is the confusion of the human being. Whatever you do, it feels like you have not done enough, and that's great. So, if this has to happen, what is needed is a very keen sense of attention, not memory. Memory will make you smart only in a classroom. If somebody has little more memory, you feel dumb. But attention opens doors. Attention is needed. But today, people are carrying attention deficiency like a medal on their shoulders, which is a very sad thing. I want all of you youth to do this one thing, that you must do some process, we can help you if you want, that you must learn to pay attention to something, whatever it is. It doesn't matter what you pay attention to. If you pay enough attention to something, life becomes profound.
Sir, from
Hello.
that, picking from that, sir, what's your take on relationships? Like, a lot of people today are finding it difficult to be in a, long-term relationships. The hookup culture or the casual culture is kind of, on the increase, where the focus is more on their careers, but not on their partners. And yeah, it's how do you deal? What's your take on casual relationships?
See, first of all, the word relationship, first of all, don't condense it to just one point, that only if it's body-based relationship, it's a relationship. Well, you can have relationship with just anybody. Hello? Don't you have a relationship with your parents, siblings, friends, neighbors? Different types of relationships to fulfill different aspects of life, all right? Now, maybe when you're under 25, relationship means only one thing. Well, what's that guy saying? So, if you're talking about body-based relationship, well, you must understand, when you say hook, it is talking about somebody is hooked means somebody is trapped, isn't it? Hook up means one way or the other you're trapped. So whether you want your relationship to be a trap, or you are setting the trap for somebody else, or they are setting the trap for you, both ways it's ugly for human beings to live like that.
It's a trap.
Hook means a trap, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
I must tell you, can I tell you a joke about hook, what hook can do?
Yeah.
This happened. This happened in Ireland. And one day a pirate entered the bar. He was a classic pirate, one wooden leg, eye patch, and he walked in. And one hand was gone, he had a hook. Instead of a hand, he had a hook. So the barman served the drink respectfully because he's a pirate, Generally, criminals are more respected than anybody else in the world because they demand that. And he said, Jack, what happened to your leg? Last time you were fine. Nothing, I was just in a fight with Her Majesty's army and they chopped off my leg, but no problem. My ship carpenter fixed up. I can fight, I can dance, no problem, I have a wooden leg. Then after some time serving the second drink, the barman asked, but what happened to your hand? We were fighting with the Dutch and the idiots don't know how to handle a sword. Instead of hitting my sword, he hit my hand and no problem. My blacksmith fixed up a hook. It works quite well, better than the hand. Because after all, I have to fight, hook works better than the hand.
Right.
Then after serving the next drink, he asked, but what happened to your eye? Oh, that bird you know, I was looking for the stars early morning and a bird pooped in my eyes. A bird poop took out your eyeball? No, the hook was new, you know. So when the hook is new, these things happen, you better watch out.
So, I've seen you do a lot of, high-speed biking, jumping from planes, there's so much of like adrenaline in you. How do you keep yourself, calm when you want to? Like, what's that control? What's that switch?
Adrenaline is a wrong word for me because, for example, if I'm riding or driving, the faster it gets, the calmer and cooler I become.
Wow, okay.
Because for me, it's a question of attention. In all these years of driving, I started riding when I was 12. In all these years, I've never gone and hit something yet. I'm being fair, okay? Yet, because I've been hit from behind, I've been hit from side, this and that has happened, but I've never gone and hit something. Well, when I was riding with the Kaveri calling some Bangalore actors, you know, the Kannada film actors, they were all riding with me and they said, Sadhguru, when you're… what is the one rule that you follow when you're riding? I said, there's only one rule for me. I'm not thinking of anything, traffic rule, this, that. There's only one rule, never collide with anything. This goes for your life also. Never get into collision course with anything because generally it ends there, you know. So when we were talking about being late, I was telling Siddhant, see, everywhere else in your life you must be on time. One place I encourage you to be late to is your own funeral. You must be late. Rest of the time, if you practice being on time, then you will see you can afford to be late.
That's true.
At that one event, you must be late. So, I don't get adrenaline like that, I become very calm because see, if you run on adrenaline, what it means is, you're still in the basic instinctive state of flight and fight response. There is something called fight or flight response. Here, adrenaline pumps up and the whole system goes crazy. There is another way. Well, these kids will like it. Bangalore, Bengaluru, I'm sorry. So, you know, like now there's a lot of scientists, some top scientists from the Harvard Medical School have been, along with the Rutgers University, Florida University, Indiana University, they've been studying the inner engineering practice. This is what it does in the last 4 years. What they found, one of the things I'll tell you, it's an elaborate study. This is the most unbiased gene expression study that's happened in the world till now about these aspects. What they found was that with just about 40 days to 6 weeks of practice, most people are generating over 70% higher endocannabinoids within themselves. And it lasts. Up to 2 years they've been studied and for 2 years they're generating endocannabinoids. That means they're all stoned all the time, just like me. Now, right now you think you have to go in search of a plant, and a lot of people are making the plant sacred and this and that. You must listen to what this Israeli scientist who researched, very profoundly about this, said. He found an endocannabinoid which makes your whole experience of life, every cell in the body, literally orgasmic, because the amount of endocannabinoids that are being produced by simply doing a simple 21-minute practice is higher than what happens in a sexual orgasm. So if you sit here, you're blown away all the time. So this is well established, we always know this, but it has to come from the West, it has to come from Harvard, so you got it, you must look up these reports. We will be publishing this in a big way in the coming year, because we are starting a global movement called Conscious Planet, where mental health is one of the biggest issues. This can be addressed from within. If you generate enough endocannabinoids, you will naturally not be depressed, you will naturally not be anxious, you will be fine. So this Israeli scientist said this, who gave this name to one of the important endocannabinoids, is anandamide. He said, entire body has cannabis receptors. This is not here for you to go looking for a plant. This is here because your system is capable of generating this. This is the most complex chemistry on the planet. If you manage it well, you will create the chemistry that you want. If you are a good manager of this chemical factory, you will be blissed out. If you are a lousy manager, you will be anxious. I know a lot of people will get at me now, he doesn't know what is anxiety, he doesn't know what is depression. Yes, I don't know, I'm telling you very proudly, I do not know. It's my wish and my blessing, none of you should ever know what it is.
Wow. So question is, how do you deal with breakups?
You are talking of hookup, now you're talking breakup?
Sir, यही problem है. This is what…
No, this is what I said, when you have a hook for a hand, you will pull out your eyeball one day or the other. So, if you're living a hookup life, breakup is natural. Hello? How else? Because you must understand, to build a profound relationship with somebody, you have to drop something of yourself, otherwise it's not gonna happen, never gonna happen. When I say a profound relationship, see, you don't understand it's just between two sexual partners or husband and wife, not like this. To build profound relationships, it takes a certain amount of transparency of who you are, that people can trust you, people can rely upon you. Above all, they have to see that you are something worthwhile. They have to see that you are worthwhile for them to invest their lives in you, otherwise who the hell will do that? If you don't do this, then hookup, breakup nonsense going on. It all looks… see, right now your intelligence is hijacked by your hormones, so you're talking one language. But after some time, or let's go back, why go forward? Let's go back. When you were 4, 5 years of age, if your parents were in hookup mode, would you like it? Hello? You really enjoyed a stable family, right? If they were hookup, breakup, would you like it? No. Once again it'll happen once you're under 25, if you cross 40, once again you will see that you enjoy profound relationships, not hookups and breakups.
So we should wait till 40?
No, I didn't say that. I'm saying it is up to you when you're mature. When you become a mature approach to life, is up to you. Will you do it at the earliest so that you live a beautiful life? Or will you do it on your deathbed? That's your choice.
So
Individual choice.
how does one know their worth? Like sometimes when you're in love, you go out of the way, you do things for somebody, and you're giving 100%, but that person takes you for granted, and you know that feeling of not being valued in a relationship. And so, should you continue that? Should you give up on that? How do you know your worth? Like how do you fix that?
See, you're misunderstanding a transaction for a love affair. A transaction is how much I've given you, how much have you given me. Every day I'm measuring. I gave you 10 rupees, have you given me 10 rupees worth of stuff or no? This is a marketplace. If your mind is a marketplace, you will always think in terms of how much have I done, how much will he do, endlessly go on. In Karnataka there is a saying, I hope all of you still know some Kannada. Here it is said, ಹೆಣ ಬಿದ್ರು ಹೆಗಲು ಕೊಡಲ್ವಂತೆ. That means, in India we have this, when somebody dies, it's a honor to carry. 4 people will carry the dead man. But even in that, there will be one guy who'll simply walk like this without carrying the weight. These people will not know life. They think they are in profit, but they will never know life. You may take some advantage out of each other, but you will never know the beauty and the sweetness of life if you don't give yourself absolutely, not being bothered about what the other person does. Because, see, right now, you are loving somebody. They're not here, but still it's beautiful for you. That person is not loving you, that beauty is not there in their hearts and minds, yes or no? So I want you to understand, the beauty of a love affair is you are in love. Whether they are or not is their problem. If you are in love, it's fantastic for you.
Ek tarfa pyar.
Huh? What is that?
One-sided love.
You can call it whatever. Essentially, human experience happens within you, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
It happens within you. So you have your emotions. Emotion is a very important part of your existence. Because of this silly school education that you're getting, you think emotion is not important. But even today, most of your life is decided by the intensity of your emotion. You may think you're very intellectual, but still your anger or your love or your anxiety or whatever nonsensical emotion you have is much more intense, stronger and more decisive than your thought process for most people. Well, people get elected into office because of other people's emotion, yes?
Yes, sir.
So, emotion is a very juicy part of your life, and that is one thing that you can rev up to high intensity. To rev up this body to a very high intensity, it takes a lot of work, lot of work. If you want to rev up your energies, it takes a lot of work. If you want to rev up your intelligence or your intellect to a very high intensity, it takes lot of sharpening and work. But emotion is something that most people are capable of revving it up to high pitch. Only thing is, they may be revving it up in the wrong direction, in an unpleasant way. Their emotions are unpleasant, that's their problem. Keeping your emotion pleasant. See, people who are in love, people who are devotees of something, they have the best experience of life because their emotions are sweet. Doesn't matter who's doing what. Your emotions are sweet, your experience of life is beautiful. Once your life experience is beautiful, all the other concerns are just play, all right? You can play. So, you being in love is important. Somebody is in love or not, I'm loving so much, are they loving me that much or this much? If you think like this, you have made your entire life transactional. In transactions, you will gain once and lose another time, endlessly trouble. And above all, in this calculation, you make your life very ugly. To be with people without any sense of what will I get, you do not know the joy of it. It's tremendously exhilarating, because when you don't care what you get, life becomes very easy and you're free. You're not enslaved to the transaction. So there is no breakup in your life. People may go in different ways, but there is no breakup. People ask me, Sadhguru, have you ever been heartbroken? No, I consciously cut it into millions of pieces and threw it around the world. So, because I don't have one, I can't break it.
So, in this day and age of social media, where you know, couples are putting up pictures of how cute they are, people are kind of putting their avatars, on with filters on, seeking validation for each and everything. So, how do you know what's real and what's not? Where people are hooked onto their phones all the time, and how do you differentiate? How do you trust anymore? Anything which you see.
Your confusions will multiply in the coming 5 years because technology is getting to a
Yeah,
place
exactly.
between real and the virtual you can't make out.
Yeah.
So, see, people are talking about virtual reality, all right? I want you to understand, right now what you're seeing here is also virtual reality. You are not seeing it the way it is. You are seeing it the way it's projected in your mind. So whether it happens through a machine or through your own, visual mechanism, what you're seeing is virtual reality, even now.
Okay.
So this is what this whole culture, this whole nation has been so invested in searching for truth, means just this, they want to see everything the way it is. They want to see everything the way it is. And this is the whole effort. Search for truth means this. What is there to search for truth? Everything is right here. But you are seeing it as it is necessary for your survival. You are not seeing it as it is. If you ask a grasshopper, he has a completely different view of everything. Hello? Completely different view because his visual mechanism is totally different. So, if you don't see things the way they are, then you will never get to do life with ease, with joy, because always there is concern. When you're not seeing properly, every step is a challenge, isn't it so? Suppose you cannot see properly, is every step a challenge? Every step in life to be a challenge. Today this has become the mode, particularly in the West, and of course the Bengaluru boys and girls are picking it up. That is, if you're a toddler, you have a diaper problem. You become a adolescent, you have hormonal problem. You middle age, it's a crisis. Old age is horrible. What is good then? Death is the only good thing. This is what is happening to the world because we are looking at it in a very transactional way and we do not know what is real, what is not. If you allow me, hello sir, because you are the superstar, they've all come. If you allow me a little more, this is simple. See, none of you, whatever form you have right now, none of you were born like this, am I right? Hello? You were not born in this shape and size. Slowly it happened. How did it happen? Not ragi mudde, I think more pizza than ragi mudde these days. Wrong thing to eat, this is the year of the millet. So, whatever you ate, slowly accumulated. You know what's ragi mudde?
Ragi, I know, sir.
Okay. And make sure he eats one ragi mudde and goes up before he goes. So, this is an accumulation. What is an accumulation? Anything that's an accumulation, you can claim it is mine right now. But if you say it's me, little crazy, isn't it? Right now I'm using this microphone, I say this is my microphone, all right? But because I'm speaking through this, after some time if I start believing this is me, crazy or no? Anything that you gather can be yours, can never ever be you, yes or no? Your hat, your cap, your phone, your clothes, is it you or yours? Yours. It's yours, it's not you. Now I'm asking about your body, is it yours or is it you? Hello? It's yours. What about the mind? This is also an accumulation, isn't it? When you were born, you didn't have this, slowly you accumulated impressions. This is an accumulation of food, this is an accumulation of impressions. But after some time, you've gotten so entangled in these two, called physiological and psychological processes, now you do not know what the hell you are. Once you get lost in this physiological and psychological mess, however pretty your body is, however sharp you think your mind is, once you're lost into something that you're not, you cannot see life the way it is, nor can you experience it the way it is. At every point in your life, you think, this is it. 2 years later, you look back and see, that was stupid, now this is it. Hello? Has this not already happened by the time you're 25? Hello? Happened or no? When you're 5 years of age, you thought that bicycle that you wanted was everything. If I got that one bicycle, life is settled. How many things have happened since then? Every point you're thinking this is it and realizing that is not it. So do you want to spend your life like this? And you sit on the deathbed and realize, this is not it. That's late. Hello? That's really being late. So, investing some amount of time to turn inward, to just figure what is the nature of my life. This is not… don't think this is, oh, he's teaching us something spiritual, this is fundamental. See, you bought your phone. Should you read the user's manual in the first 3 days or after 3 years when you're discarding it? When should you read it? As soon as you get it, you must read it at the earliest possible time if you want to use this phone to its fullest. The same goes for this. If you do not realize the fundamentals of what this is earliest in your life, then you will see at every stage in your life you will say, this is not it. People think if they have a job, if they have a steady salary and maybe a partner or children or home or car, they think they are having a wonderful life. But just look at their faces, they're driving their dream car and they are stuck in the traffic. Are they laughing in joy? Are they exuding bliss that in my dream car I am sitting and the traffic is giving me more time to sit in my dream car? They are just abusing themselves and everybody else and the creator. Hello? So I am saying their idea of wonderful life exists only because somebody else doesn't have those things. If you're enjoying things that other people don't have, I don't call this joy, I call that sickness. Hello? You enjoy what others don't have, sickness or no? This happened just before I started off on the Save Soil movement. I was in United States revving up the media and stuff. So there was one young man, just over 25, 24, 25 I think he's behaving like his tail is on fire. I said, hey, what's happening to you? What are you doing here? He said, Sadhguru, I want to make $1 billion, $1 billion. I said, that's all? You come tomorrow morning, I'll give you $1 billion. Really, Sadhguru, you'll give me 1 billion? I said, yeah. He had 8 friends with him. I said, see, these 8 guys who have not said a word, they were just sitting there. These 8 of your friends, I'm going to give them 10 billion each. But why, Sadhguru, 10 billion for them, only 1 billion for me? Arey idiot, just now you said you want only 1 billion. That is your life's ambition. Now because they're getting 10, you're getting miserable. This is the way of transactions.
I mean, I can go on and on. There's so many questions, I mean, and I'm sure you guys also have a lot of questions. So, let's open up to the audience if you guys have any. But we need a mic there. Overthinking. I heard overthinking somewhere.
Overthinking? There's no such thing as overthinking, overspeeding, nothing like that. This is in the language of the policemen and parents. You should think as much as you can, what's the problem? Only problem is, your mind is getting hot. Mind is getting hot, not because of overthinking, because there's too much friction there, no lubrication, no proper engineering, it's not properly aligned. Now that you're talking about overthinking, I must tell you, last week I rode from Coimbatore to Bangalore on my motorcycle. I came away ahead of the security and stuff because, security travels at a certain speed. So I got here from Coimbatore to Bangalore in just over 4 hours, but your Bangalore city, everybody is such a bad driver. We need to do some driving training up. Because it took me 2.5 hours from Electronic City to Devanhalli. And my engine overheating. That motorcycle is not made for that kind of first gear riding, overheating and seizing. 30 times my engine seized from there to here. Why I'm saying this is, if you're well aligned, and well lubricated, this can think at any speed that you want. I must tell you this. This may be little hard and of course the troll army will get at me, let them do it because they also need some profession. They don't have any, obviously. Is this, at any given time, on an average, I have 12 to 14 channels going in my head all the time. I don't find it burdensome because I wear it little loose. I am not stuck in it. Your body, your physiological process and psychological process, either you can make it into stepping stones for you, or you can make it into quicksand where you sink in and die. Right now, most human beings, I don't want to say percentages because it'll be insulting, most human beings are suffering their own physiological processes and their psychological processes. Their own intelligence is hurting them a lot. You call this stress, you call this anxiety, you call it whatever. Essentially, your intelligence is turned against you, yes or no? If your intelligence is working for you, will you make it beautiful or horrible for yourself? You must tell me. Only 3 people? Please commit yourself to that you will use your intelligence for your well-being and everybody's well-being. The moment you know how to torture yourself with your own mind, only advantage is you may get employment in hell because you will be good at torturing others also. You may be very good at it because if you can poke yourself endlessly and suffer, you can also do it to others very easily, isn't it? This is one thing you must do before you cross 25. I'm saying this not just because you're under 25, because for me things happened when I was 25. My realization happened when I was 25. After that, I've never had a single concern about what about me, because that concern is gone. No matter what, this is how I am, so what is the concern? You must settle this, that your mind will never be an impediment in your life, or you will not be an impediment in your own life. There are many challenges outside, but if you yourself are a problem in your life, you can be a problem in somebody else's life, but you can't be a problem in your own life. That is dumb stupid, isn't it? Hello? So this is simple way to test is, if you come, we'll provide right kind of atmosphere, but you can do it at home also. 3 days, no phone, no television, no book, no looking out the window, just simply no sleeping, sit alert. Night you can sleep, daytime you simply sit alert. Just see what your mind does to you. You will not need any psychiatric diagnosis, you will know who you are. You must do this. If you sit here, you're joyful by your own nature. Now, if you hook up, you will be joyful If you break up, you will be joyful, all right? But if you are not joyful, why you are hooking up is you want to squeeze joy out of somebody. That is a miserable job. That is a miserable job. You are joyful because human experience is generated from within. Yes or no? Human experience is generated from within. And if you make sure your mind never troubles you, there are simple tools for this. For under 25, we can offer it in a certain way, but you must come in a committed way. People are asking me, Sadhguru, it costs money. It doesn't cost money. At one time we thought it free. Then they're behaving like in a bad movie. They go and whenever they feel like it, they go out and smoke and they come back whenever they do. Well, you must understand, nothing significant in your life will ever happen to you without the needed attention. Do you agree with me? Hello? Without intense attention, anything significant in your life will not happen. You will live a very innocuous life without any profoundness to it, without anything, because whatever you do, it must impact. Action should impact, isn't it? Do you want to, let's say, write a book that nobody wants to read? You must say yes or no.
No, sir.
Do you want to make a movie that nobody wants to see?
We are doing that, but not anymore.
This is not a confession, it's okay. Come on, act, man. Do you want to cook something nobody wants to eat? Do you want to post something that nobody wants to see? No. Because the purpose of action is, how impactful is it? The purpose of our existence is how pleasant and how significant it is. Your experience of life should be profound and significant. Then naturally your actions will be impactful. Without investing on your experience, if you try to impact, it gets flaky. 3 days you're able to do that, after that you're gone. So it's very, very important that you invest upon this one a sufficient amount of time so that if you sit here, nobody is here. You sit here, it is profound and pleasant, your experience of yourself. Once this happens, keeping people away will be a problem. Having people around you will not be a problem.
Oh, we have questions. Yes?
Hello. Hello, Sadhguru. I'm Srijan. I have a question for you. What do you want to say about people who are stuck between relationship and friendship?
What is that?
Friend zone.
I didn't get that. What is that? What is that?
Friend zone.
Huh?
Friend zone, sir. Stuck between relationship and friendship.
Friendship is a relationship, isn't it?
Khush raho.
See, this is why. Now you're doing ha-hu because in your mind somewhere, relationship means bodies should rub each other. Give that up, huh? Relationship means you can hold a wonderful relationship with anything, not just human beings, with anything. If you have a dog, you can have a beautiful relationship. With a tree, you can have a beautiful relationship. With the very space that you live in, you can have a beautiful relationship. Actually, you have most of the time. But now you're reducing that word to a simplistic hormone-based contact. That is a small aspect of your life. When you're under 25, it looks like it's the biggest, but it is not so big. It is important, it is a part of our life, but we don't have… See, anything, if you exaggerate, either because you eulogize it or you demonize it, both ways it gets exaggerated. If you exaggerate something, then you are impaired. Like right now, let's say I came here, maybe this stage is 6 feet high, but I look down and I think it's 100 feet. Now even if the stage catches fire, I won't jump because I think it's 100 feet. It's extremely important to see everything just the way it is. Only then you can address life for what it is. Otherwise, you're addressing a psychological reality which doesn't exist, something that you made up. something that you made up, you're trying to address that. What you have made up need not be addressed. What you have made up for fun, you can wind it down whenever you want. But if there is no friendship, there is no relationship. And how can you say, your friend, but we are not in any way connected? Relation means connected, right? There was a time in English language when you say relation means they're blood relatives. Because at that time people believed, unless you're my brother, you're my sister, my aunt, my something, I cannot be connected with you. Your religion, your caste, your clan will not allow me to have any kind of contact. Only if you are this, your relationship, otherwise I have no relationship. This was the understanding of the past. Now you've gotten into your worst block. Your idea of a relationship is, you must be horny about somebody, otherwise you don't have a relationship. What is that? That's very basic, huh?
Hi, thank you for your time, both of you. I think it's been a great session. I have one question, Mr. Sadhguru. What's your take on same-sex relationships, same-gender relationships?
See, once again you're going to the same thing. You misunderstand relationship as body-based. Relationship can be emotional, can be intellectual, can be in many different ways. Just thinking that relationship means you must do something with somebody else's body is a very basic thing. Drop that and grow beyond that. You will become over 25 shortly, yeah?
Hi, Sadhguru. Yeah, this is Gokul. First thing first, thank you for opening a Serenity and Peace in Bangalore through Isha Yoga Foundation.
Have you visited the place, huh?
In Coimbatore, I have visited, not in Bangalore.
Yeah, in Bangalore, you must go, all of you youth should work to make this happen. Why we are doing this is, see, essentially I am not a real estate person, I avoid building. But we have to build now because my real estate is in the minds and hearts of people around the world. I don't believe in building things like that. But at the same time, what we are seeing is, today many scientists, neurologists talking about this, psychiatrists are speaking from the statistics that they have, World Health Organization is talking about it, that there will be a mental health pandemic. How many of you… You okay or you all agree? That means what? You're already there. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What I am saying is, what a pandemic means is, 3 years ago nobody knew the meaning of this word, but today we understand pandemic means among these few hundred people, if 25 people have some problem, by the time we leave this place, all of us will get it. That's a pandemic. Now, mental health pandemic means, that means just about everybody will get it. The recent stats that has been, published by the CDC in United States, which is the authority on these aspects, they are saying, among the teenage girls, 1 in every 3 is depressed. See, a teenage girl means, when we were growing up, they were simply bubbly and giggly for nothing. They don't need any reason, simply kiki they'll be. But now they're depressed. This is not good. That is an age when, life is at its highest level of exuberance. This is not an age for depression. Later on, due to many things, some people may unfortunately fall into that, but now teenage girls, 1 in 3, hello? 1 in 3 is a disaster, isn't it? It is not an ailment, it's a large-scale disaster already. So this will increase. It is expected by 2032, it is possible that nearly over 40% of the world's population could be on psychiatric medication. It is expected. Hope we don't go there. It's somebody's plan or projection, I don't know. All I'm saying is, so as a part of this in 2024, we are launching a movement called Conscious Planet, because the only thing that's missing in a human being is this. A few things I will say. If you agree with me, you say yes. If you disagree with me, you say no. You're free to say whatever. Do you agree with me? No matter what kind of a dumb idiot you are, still you are the most intelligent creature upon this planet. Do you agree with me as a human being? You are the peak of evolution on this planet. Or you're looking at somebody next to you and thinking, no. Do you agree with me? You are the flower of evolution, really, on this planet, this is the height. But human beings are right now in a state where they don't know how to handle their own intelligence. The reason why this is happening, there are many reasons. One important thing is, our education systems are busy teaching us how to take charge of something. But if you've not taken charge of this, everything is dangerous, isn't it? If you drive a car, it's dangerous if you're not in charge. If you drive technology, it is dangerous. Science is dangerous. Most dangerous things are happening out of best things in the world. The highest, the peak or the cutting edge of science and technology are becoming bombs and missiles and nuclear weapons and stuff. Why? Simply because we have not taken charge of this one, how to keep this one. I'm asking you a simple question. If you are feeling very happy, you're blissed out right now, do you feel like punching somebody in the face? Really? When you're very happy? What? That is drunken happiness. If you're sane and you're happy, do you feel like doing harm to somebody? Only when you're miserable, you want to share it. When you're feeling frustrated, miserable, angry, you want to do something horrible to someone. But when you're feeling very pleasant, you will not want to do any harm to anybody. This is a fundamental thing. Like I was telling you about these scientific studies that are being done, this is very simple. If you're willing to invest a little bit of time for your own well-being, you can make sure that you will never become mentally ill. This commitment you must take in your life, because you have this responsibility for yourself and everyone else who cares for you and everyone else that you care for. Yes? Don't you have this responsibility, above all to yourself, that you make sure you are not the issue in this world, or you are not the issue particularly in your life. Right now, human inability to handle their own intelligence is the problem. People are going about talking, the spread of use of alcohol, drugs, everything spreading because people are just trying to be peaceful and blissful, that's all. I am not looking at it in a moralistic way, I am looking at it as a very low-tech, no good way, because you going and bowing down to a plant because you want to get little pleasure out of it is basic. When you have such a complex chemical factory here, which can do anything that you want, which can cook up what you want. So, it is possible to do this. Otherwise, the only option will be somehow to slice a part of your brain out. If we take away part of your brain, everybody will be peaceful. Hello? So essentially, intelligence has become the problem. I want you to clear answer. Is intelligence a solution for everything or is it a problem? It must be a solution. Human intelligence should be a solution for everything, isn't it? But right now if you say, I'm stressed, you are making your intelligence into a problem. If you say, I'm anxious, you are making your intelligence into a problem. Whatever else that causes unpleasantness within you means you are making your intelligence into a problem. You must make this into a solution for yourself and the world around you. This is where your ability to live gets enhanced. This is where you being human means something, that you're a solution, you're not a problem. Thank you very much. I am telling Siddhant that he must do a 2-minute jig. What do you think?
शेर की जुबानी सुनिए शेर की कहानी, यहाँ रैप नहीं होता तेरे वहम को भगा दे, लड़कियां ना गाड़ी अपनी अलग ही आबादी, असल रैप का ये ज्वाला तेरे आत्मा में जगा दे, क्योंकि तुझे छेड़ने की तू नकली वाला मर्दानगी पे जितने तुझमें गर्मी उससे ज्यादा गरम मेरा कलम, क्यों इतना बेशरम का काम का वो काम जिसमें तेरा कल नहीं, क्या काम का वो आज जिसमें तू सफल नहीं पल नहीं, दिमाग की जरूरत तेरे भाई की हुकूमत, सच्चाई की ये सूरत, भाग 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 आयश, भाग 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 भाग, सच्चाई की ये लहर हर मोहल्ले में कैर.
Make some
That
noise
was
for
sick,
Siddhant.
man. Make some noise for my brother.
Thank you.
Sick. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for all the love.